All right, welcome back, fellow TFFL owners, to your weekly TFFL webcast. It is Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020. It is Christmas week. It is Packed Bowl week. We've got an exciting webcast, an exciting few days ahead of us. We've got our two Packed Bowl owners here with us as guests. Let's quickly get to our panel intros. Starting with our IT director tonight, Hank, coming through all season long, a little bit early tonight.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Glad to be here. Happy Pack Bowl week, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Yeah. Good. Hope everybody's doing great and staying safe. Good luck to everyone.
Our commissioner wrapping up this will be it after this game. 1 year in the books. A great effort steering us through this weird year. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you very much. Cheers to everyone. Trillium speed medal tonight. John, I don't know what you think of that, but you can see the Trillium logo, Trillium speed medal. Nice. I'd like to really congratulate both the semifinalists, the Amsterdam Packers and Sponge, for a terrific season. But big congrats to our two Pack Bowl champion participants, the Senators from Jersey, and also what's up, and the Mongols, also from Jersey now, right? Or no? Did you move somewhere? Okay.
From Jersey, yep, in Jersey.
Jersey versus Jersey. I love it.
Jersey
stuff's going on downtown tonight, and all through the weekend. But I wish you both well. I know there's a lot of anxiety and anxiousness going on, getting ready for the Pack Bowl. And I wish you well in your selections and not overthinking things, and that you have a great weekend and enjoy the game. So great season, everyone. Thank you for having me as your commissioner. It was a pleasure to serve for this first year. And we'll look forward to a great offseason, a Pro Bowl bit next week, and then off to the races. You know, Kramer gets to get trading open again, and we're on the run.
All right, and
somebody's going to keep Russell Gage. It's not going to be me.
I will look forward to it next season. But until then, let's get on with the Pack Bowl, brothers.
And welcome to Berto, High Command from Jack's Giant Killers, rounding out our panel here.
Hi, Stick. It is good to see Jersey Pack Bowl. I wish I was one of those Jersey participants, but best of luck to both of you. Well earned. You both made good moves all season, so much deserved. And Terry is glowing. He's got that light above him. nice.
Yes, the Pack Bowl glow.
But I will say this, there's probably a lot of disappointment throughout the league that the Sponge did not win because they had promised everyone mini helmets. So that's not going to happen now. So my question to the Sponge and the Senators is, what are you going to offer up on the table if you, in fact, win the Pack Bowl? So think about that.
You can have my answer now.
Get right on that.
All right. Hey, let me give you guys a trivia question to start things off. It is, of course, almost as always, a Mongols-themed trivia question. This is I think a particularly exciting Packed Bowl for the entire league. We all know the Mongols have never won a Packed Bowl. The Senators haven't won one since the previous century, 1999. So whoever wins this, it's big news. So the Senators have had a few chances along the way. By the way, they've lost. If I'm correct, Kramer, you've lost 3 times in the Pack Bowl since winning it back in 1999.
Correct.
The Mongols have only been to the Pack Bowl once. They've never been back since going there very early on. Tell me who the Mongols lost to in their only Packed Bowl experience. 5 points for the correct answer on this. I'm curious. I'm
Right, this one's worth 25 points, you said?
5 points. 5 points. Who did the Mongols lose to in their one and only Pack Bowl?
Didn't we just have it?
I'm going to take Terry's points for my points this week.
We have some confident owners. Play along at home.
I have a feeling Terry knows who he went up against and lost to.
I was curious. I was curious if Terry would know.
Points. Commissioner takes his points.
We'll
Tell
see.
me right.
I'm thinking about this one. I think I got this one.
All right.
I think I have an idea.
Rich,
Yeah.
Commissioner's Corner. Any final announcements? Tips for our
Both our Pac Bowl participants already know that since there's no Thursday night game, and I believe we do have a Friday night game, right? Is that right?
Friday.
Thursday night.
4:30 Friday.
Real quick, we have 4 days of Pac Bowl action starting on Friday. We have games on Saturday, games on Sunday, of course, and Monday night. Very critical Monday night action.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. How excited are you, Terry, that Josh Allen closes it out?
I mean, it's only fitting, right? Josh
is.
Allen's carried the Mongols all year. He's been tremendous. So, he'll get the prime time cleanup slot.
Yeah.
I love it.
4 days of football. So that's the announcement I'm trying to make here, though, real quick, is that our FA priority picks will be Thursday at 6 p.m. Both of the owners of the participating in the Pac Bowl already know this and agreed upon the time. And should there be any COVID issues, you may submit those COVID issues prior to the game on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday. All right? And I'll be fairly attentive to it. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be around.
Right on.
Rich, one other question for you, and forgive me, I don't have a lot of experience in the Pac Bowl. No home field advantage points in the Pac Bowl.
That's great. There are no home field advantage points in the Pac Bowl. That is true.
Do we need reserve lineups?
We do need reserve lineups submitted. 3 from each of you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder, Stick.
All right.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see that Friday game. I didn't realize that until I looked at the schedule tonight.
Yeah. 4 days of Pac Bowl. I think there are players in action each of those 4 days.
The Senators have one every day of the weekend.
Nice.
I don't have anybody in Friday's game.
And what's the Monday game?
Bills,
Pats.
Oh, Bills Pats. Oh, that's Monday night.
my defense against Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Hey, so real quick, looking back at last week, Rich, you acknowledged our 2 semifinalists, the Mongols 78 to 58.5 over the Amsterdam Packers. A little bit of a closer game with the Senators beating the Sponge 76.5 to 69. I think if there's a lesson we're taking away from these playoffs, it's don't go into Monday night action down and requiring points from your tight end. Eric Ebron not delivering on the heels of Mark Andrews, not delivering for the Aliens the week before. They were probably both long shots anyway, but you don't want to be relying on your tight end. All right, so draft order now. I don't know who might have this teed up, but we have 2 more slots finalized. The 2 teams I just mentioned should be slotted in. Who's drafting ahead of whom there in the 9 and 10 slots, Rich?
No
That's
idea.
a good question. So that would end up if I'm just thinking about it between the Sponge. The Sponge would be
Fun to
first.
be ahead of the Amp.
It's the Sponge, then the Ampac come
There
next.
you go. Okay. So Aliens in the 7 spot, Hams 8, Sponge 9, Amsterdam Packers 10, and we'll settle the final 2 this weekend. Let's get right to talking about this game, and let me turn right to the owners in charge of things. Terry, congratulations, man. We've been talking about the Mongols all year long. You had a play-in game basically just to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
Oh, what is that?
As people were saying to the Aliens getting in with a losing record, just get in and see what happens. Mongols just got in by sneaking past the Devils, and here you are.
I mean,
and doing it as you were favored to win last week. I mean, your team is playing well, favored to win again this week.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
favored
you know,
to win.
not favored, but
Not favored.
according to
Not favored.
CBS.
Oh, no.
But,
Not favored.
Thought I
Yeah.
was looking. Go ahead.
Nope.
No.
Senators.
Well, yeah. But
A lot
yeah,
of the early
the Mongols
money
were
went to the
4-5. Caught a hot
Push the
streak.
line.
Oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry, I had some echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-5. Caught a 6-game hot streak. Had some breaks along the way. I played the Wheels. I think they got 40 points. The next week they got 127. So you catch a few breaks. I had some good fortune with the Ampax lineup. But yeah, I've the Mongols have been pretty steady, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited to be in the Pac Bowl finals. So, you know, after the draft weekend, there was a lot of people that said I was going to have one of the worst teams of all time. So it feels especially sweet to get there this year.
Who said that?
I don't know. I hear things.
I blame.
Yeah, some of the worst keepers ever, and I would agree with
I
you on Hardman. Allen, maybe. I think Stick said he was the worst keeper. You know, and he was the one who protected Carson Wentz, but that's neither here nor there.
That hurts.
But-
That hurts. Yeah.
I've been waiting to say that since week 6.
It's fair. So, Terry, switching subjects off of our bad commentary,
No, kidding.
what lineup decisions are you wrestling with at this point? With a couple of days to make those choices.
Yeah, really only one, and that would be the third running back spot. Dobbins is in there.
Yep.
And I think Drake is in there. And right now I'm leaning Jeff Wilson, but with Akers being out, Henderson is also an option there. So right now I have Jeff Wilson in the lineup. But if I do make a change, that's probably where it would be. I'm set at quarterback. My receivers, Woods, Robinson, and A.J. Brown. That's pretty much set.
Kramer, take a look at that Mongols lineup. Tell me what scares you most about playing the Mongols this week.
Allen for sure. He can go for over 30 at any time, any game. Dobbins has been red hot the last month. He's their lead back. I mean, Ingram was a healthy scratch here in the last week.
2 weeks, I think, maybe 2 or 3.
He's the horse there, and they're playing the Giants, a team they should beat. I don't have a good feel for the receivers, A.J. Brown, Robinson, Woods. Those are guys that are always, they're upper wide receiver 2s, all of them, with a higher ceiling. So this is a top to bottom solid team, not any soft spots. Though after Josh Allen, nobody that's going to put up 20 points, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, but I look at those receivers, and every one of those receivers is capable of putting up 12 points. Maybe not 20, but they're all capable of getting a touchdown and a hundo.
Isn't A.J. Brown dinged up? What's up with him?
I don't know how dinged up he is. They're playing the Packers, and that game's going to have points.
Yeah,
he's been
managing an injury all year and usually doesn't practice on Wednesdays. So
primetime game on Sunday night, he's playing.
He'll be fine. Yeah,
typical this time of the season too. So I wasn't sure if it was something new or not. I just haven't been paying attention to him.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I kind of like the receivers just as I get high 2s, fine. I would take a trio of high number 2 receivers every day. That's great. I think you're right. Josh Allen is going to be the key. If he goes off and has a great game, they're going to be the Mongols are tough to beat. Same can be said for Kyler Murray though on the other side.
Totally.
Yeah, I needed it last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's the biggest thing when you watch the Senators. He was down, and then all of a sudden Murray to Hopkins combination started heating up, and it seemed like you put up 30 points in a blink.
Mm-hmm.
So that combination and Alvin Kamara are the scary are the scary players. Ayuk's been on a hot streak.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell, can he earn his
Right.
keep this week? Is the lead guy? But
That could be the wild card this week. Is Bell
Yeah.
a lot of touches there?
Is there a more unlikely starter than Kiki Kuti in the Pac Bowl? I mean, he's starting in the Pac Bowl.
He's
Dude,
starting today.
he was droppable multiple times throughout the season. But this is what happens when you get to week 16, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, you got guys that show up in the Pac Bowl, like, you know, J.K. Dobbins as an example. Somebody who came on in the second half of the season that are now leading your way there.
Yeah.
So-
I tried to drop Jeff Wilson twice, and didn't because I got beat out both times. And now he's started for me last week and could be starting for me this week in the Pac Bowl. So
Crazy.
yeah.
So
Sorry, not to get off Kiki, but I'm having a little trouble with this now. So you're starting him over two guys that have been more likely,
Right.
like Tyler Lockett and Hollywood Brown, and the
Gage.
Russell Gage,
Yeah.
who's going to be a keeper apparently.
let's shift over. Let's talk about the Senators. Kramer, that's obviously one lineup decision you're looking at. Tell us about that and any others.
I could go a real throwback lineup and put in Drew Brees, Adrian Peterson, Lev Bell, Antonio Brown.
That would be, that's pretty funny.
If this was 2016, I would demolish the Mongols.
That's pretty
but it's
funny.
not. Antonio Brown is a it's I think my lineup is set. The third receiver spot is up for grabs. It's it could be Lockett, Coty, Hollywood Brown, Antonio Brown, Russell Gage. It's one of those, and we'll see come game time.
I'd like
But
to
otherwise-
just for 1 sec to pause you there. If you gave that lineup, I'd just like to point out for all the shit that Bill Thornburg got about Antonio Brown, he is not an automatic start in the Pac Bowl, right? This Antonio Brown is just one of the bunch, right? So it was a name more than a performance thing, and I look back and I say there was nothing wrong with that trade whatsoever.
Yeah, Antonio Brown did not start for me once.
Yeah.
Neither has Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
But they both could this week. They both could in the Pac Bowl.
How about it?
If Bill had made that trade for a 4th or 5th round draft pick, nobody would have said a thing.
Right. And that
It
was,
right.
anyway.
But hey,
Just to chime in for a couple things here. I went back and looked at the numbers last 4 weeks. Send 76, 47, 76, 48. The Mongols very consistent 78, 78, 81, 82.
Wow.
Can you read off what were Josh Allen's scores in those weeks? Do you know?
That I don't have handy.
All right, I wonder
This is choppy.
But
how much you carried him. That extra.
again, go back to the bye week, right? So week 14, the Sens had that big bye where they put up 47 points, weren't playing. But that, that was huge to get that bye. So we can't forget that. And then the Sens put up a good number last week. So that I thought that was interesting with the numbers and how consistent the Mongols have been lately. But the flip side of that is, yes, two very hot quarterbacks. But you got Murray at home against San Francisco, and he only threw, I think, for one touchdown against San Francisco last game, maybe week 1 or week 2 of the season. But he wound up scoring 18 points anyway.
Right.
I think he's gonna have a good week. And then on the other side for Terry, yes, there's no doubt Josh Allen is going to be good against no matter whom he plays. But going up against a good New England pass defense with the best coach of all time who's going to figure out something on Josh Allen to nick into his numbers a little bit. And it could potentially, who knows what's going to happen with the weather Monday night. So that's the only thing you got to be a little bit concerned about with these quarterback matchups versus this past week for Josh Allen, when I thought the matchup for him was fantastic. So I think that's a little concerning for Terry, and maybe a little bit of a boost for the Sens. But again, Josh Allen could still put up a big number. And then the other thing, Le'Veon Bell. It's going to turn out that Edwards-Helaire injury is going to wind up helping the Sens because they're both playing. Edwards-Helaire and Bell were both in the game, and neither of them terribly effective. I'm going to say Bell probably was getting 35 to 40% of the snaps, and eating into Helaire anyway. This week, Bell's the guy, so that is a big injury, and again, a smart play in the Sens for getting Bell in a trade to back him up. So that's a big one.
Huge.
In terms of the lineups, the other thing I was going to mention, Jeff Wilson, Mostert's going to be out. He's on IR again, right?
That's right.
So that's a big one. I think Jeff Wilson is a must play in that spot. That if Mostert's going to be out, and then the thing about Crane starting QT, I'm sure he's going to change that spot 5 times between now and tomorrow, and it's one spot. I think if you look at the numbers, Hollywood Brown has played well. They've all played well, all 4 of those guys. So I think it's just going to be, you can overanalyze it to death, but I think at the end of the day, you can't make any complaints about starting any one of those, 3 or 4 guys. So
pick one and go with it, Kramer, with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Rich, from New England, what's the weather forecast for Monday night for that Buffalo New England game?
I have no freaking idea.
Is it cold?
It's probably no. It's supposed to get warm. I know it's supposed to get warm around Christmas, and we're supposed to get this crazy storm.
We're getting rain starting tomorrow morning. It's going to rain for like 24 hours.
Yeah, after that, I think it's supposed to clear up and be a mid-season. It's not going to be brutally cold or anything like that, as far as I heard. So there you go. The one thing I'd like to point out, which is fascinating, is that I don't know if you guys saw the Bills won a NFL on Fox Ultimate Fan thingamajig, where Fox had this thing. So the fans or whatever got to choose to put a billboard anywhere in the
Bills
world,
Mafia,
and they put it at Foxborough.
Nice.
So when all the Patriots or the players or whoever come to Foxborough, they see the best fans in football, big Buffalo Bills sign on Foxborough.
that's great.
I think he's probably going to get Josh Allen pretty fired up. We'll see.
yeah.
That's
Great.
I mean, Gilmore's out, which makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
That the Pat defense won't be at the top of its game, but yeah, Josh Allen usually has his worst games against the Pats, so that has me concerned. But it's time he turned that around. So no better time than this Monday.
There you go. I'll keep you guys posted on the weather forecast here. I wasn't
Right now it's a cool in New England Monday night.
cool. That's why, mildly cool. It's not overly cold. It's not going to be warm. Mildly cool. That sounds about right. I'll tell you, if it wasn't COVID times, I would be at that game.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately.
If that's all a weather website has to offer is cool for New England on December 20. I could have told you that.
Actually, what it should say is wicked cool.
So a quick acknowledgement for both of these franchises. A lot of successful trades. The Senators we talked about earlier, made a lot of in-season trades. Didn't end up playing Antonio Brown a lot. Tyler Lockett's on the bench right now. But hey, Le'Veon Bell could be a key acquisition here. We've talked earlier about the big Kyler Murray trade, what he has meant to this franchise all season long. DeAndre Hopkins was a big acquisition a couple of years before. Frankly, I think kind of a bargain pickup. And you look across the Mongols starting lineup here. Again, 3 of these players coming from the Aliens in 3 separate trades. Allen Robinson, A.J. Brown, Kenyon Drake. Robert Woods was an in-season acquisition for the Mongols this year. So a lot of trades paying off for both of these teams. Kramer, I'm suggesting that's encouragement. We all should be trading more.
Yes.
And trading with the Senators, apparently. Well, maybe not trading with the Senators. It works out for the Senators.
That's how well considers.
But well done, Terry, getting those guys to pay off for you here.
Thank you. It's nice to have some moves pay off for a change. So it's been a fun year.
All right,
Did Nick trade the wrong quarterback to me this offseason?
Maybe.
Yeah. Was there any conversation? Was there any conversation about Lamar, or was that strictly a Kyler Murray discussion?
There was conversation, sure, but Nick was not moving him. He did not want to move him.
Yeah,
He was going to keep Lamar.
Okay.
And then I won the horse race with Birdo because my offer was better than Birdo's, and that's why he accepted my offer.
Not
yours.
Nick just didn't want to face the wrath of
better.
Bill. That's all.
Whatever it takes, Berto. Whatever it takes to keep you down, I'm for.
Nick was scared of Phil, and that's why that deal didn't get done.
I got to say, my in-season ones, I didn't move any draft picks, which I like going into next year. We'll see if I overpaid for Lockett. That was too quick of a trigger there. I was offering Juju and Judy a great trade for Jews everywhere. When for Juju and
right
Judy,
after Hanukkah too, it's like a Hanukkah gift.
I offered that package, and I thought I could have gotten a real wide receiver one. Lockett has been good, but he has been sporadic, and I probably overpaid for.
That's what I've always thought of Lockett, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
is that he's more sporadic, and I see your point there, but I'm also thinking that he may have a better chance to end up in your lineup this week than Kuti, either him or Brown. When I was looking at
I mean, they're going against the Rams. Jalen Ramsey should be on DK. Lockett could be in there for sure, but he's just been, he's been good for 50 yards and a touchdown a month. But then he'll blow up and have 3 in a game.
Exactly. Well, I think we all feel that.
I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, no, and it's hard to predict, right? But I think both you and the Mongols, that 7 spot is always the one you're going to be flipping in your mind. Is it the guy who's going to have his game this week? Do I take the risk and the flyer on that guy? Do I go with this guy who I think, is more tried and true, right? That has, I don't know. Good luck to you. It's a tough decision, and in some cases you'll be flipping a coin. That's the way the fantasy luck world works sometimes. So, not easy. But that's what I was looking at for you, Crames, was those 2 popping in for Kuti. We'll see. I think Terry's was pretty straight up relative to what I was seeing there. Are either of you? I have to wonder, who's going to go out and make that move to improve their kicker or their D with that extra pick that they might have ready for them. I'll be watching the FA and priority pick email very closely.
Very closely.
You both have 1 pick left?
I should
I've
be
got
able
2.
to.
I have a pick left. Maybe
Yes,
2.
amazing that both of these teams. It shows you, Kramer talking about not passing off draft picks, right? Not doing other stuff. That they both have decent amount, to spare come the pack pull if they want to make a move. That's strategic.
Terry,
part of that is having a good record this year. I'm at the bottom of the list.
You don't get what you don't get what you want.
That's
true.
And I did want to keep my plan. Once I had a good record, 3/4 of the way through, I wanted to keep at least 2 going into the playoffs, in case my kicker gets hurt, in case somebody gets COVID, so I could use it. So, I mean, I don't know what I would do with my lineup. I don't think I'd do anything. So
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I'll pick up Jalen Hurts, start him.
Yeah,
He's
it
got a
wasn't
great
part of
matchup.
any great plan for me to save these picks or any grand strategy. I used my priority picks very early, and I tried to use my FA picks a bunch of times, but I just was never got my pick. So just so happened I have a couple left.
Right on.
So let's go around the horn here with our panel. Give me your picks. Who do you like in the Pack Bowl here? Rich?
Oh, gosh. I think a lot is going to depend on Allen, and I think he's actually going to have a better game than most think. So I'm going to say that the Mongols pull it out by a hair.
So, so the Senators beat the Mongols week 5, 79-74. So I think the game is going to be around there, and the scores I read off before, kind of reflect that. So I am going to go. We're going to stay with 76. We'll split the difference. 76. It goes to the reserve lineups. Drew Brees puts up more points, a lot more points than a struggling Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
And the Sens win on the reserve lineup in a replacing the greatest TFFL game ever played.
I love it.
The 2013 Pac Bowl.
I'm happy to
Wow.
have that game be replaced, by the way.
Hank, who do you like?
I like the Mongols. I've liked the Mongols all season. I've been spurring them since I ripped them at the draft, and I hope that they will do well. I'm also, should they lose, Phil Kramer is well overdue for a title. So Kramer.
Indeed.
This is a really good matchup of two guys who both deserve to win one, and good luck to you both. And one of you is going to be really excited on come Monday night.
In defense of TFFL media, Hank, you actually made a good point on email regarding the Mongols. Their success is not really, aside from Dobbins, because of the draft picks that we complained about.
Their keepers have delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true.
I specifically said Josh Allen was, I think, the worst among the keeper quarterbacks in the TFFL. He came through. Allen Robinson has been a consistent point producer all season long. Kenyon Drake, has stepped up. This is Terry's been patient with these guys he traded for, and they've come through. I think you guys are right. This is going to be close. This could end up a tie. The scenario I'm looking at is that Monday night game. The Bills, their play calling this year has been incredible, and the percentage of pass plays they call. I can imagine a scenario where a really good Bills team wants to maybe run up the score a little bit on the Patriots if they can, and maybe that extra little bit of passing yards is what puts the Mongols over the top. Yes, 78 to 76.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
So
think
you're saying they're going to run it up on the Belichick Pats. That's
right.
Theory. Okay.
At New England.
I like that.
With the big new sign.
Bert told us about the billboard. Yeah, it's all leading.
They just won the AFC East for the first time in 25 years. They're ready to stomp on graves.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I don't know, that billboard sounds a lot like Juju dancing on the logo.
Could be.
Well,
Could be.
extra motivation.
No longer
You
dancing.
got waxed. That was awesome.
No longer
deserved-
dancing.
He deserved that so
Bills
bad.
haven't been there before. They're acting like
No, they've been there 4 friggin'
They
times
haven't.
and lost.
The game, Kramer's going to know early in the weekend. Saturday's game is huge with the Cardinals, and if Murray and Hopkins,
Yeah.
hook up a little bit,
and
Yeah.
be a big mountain for Terry to dig out of, and it may not be. He may not dig out of it until Monday night if he
Listen,
does.
He's got Kamara Friday. The guys you just mentioned on Saturday. We could get to Sunday morning with a big Senators
hole.
lead.
Yep.
Right.
Big hole.
I want to be up 40 going into Monday night. I'm not going to feel
sounds-
comfortable
In Monday
with
night.
anything less.
Wow. So,
What Terry only has Josh Allen Monday night? Is that it?
And Kramer has the New England defense.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you guys that you guys are aware of the reserve lineup: QB,
Yes.
wide receiver, tight end, or running back, tight end. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Got it.
all right.
Well,
So,
We should get those in because of the many games over the weekend.
Yeah. You should get those in like
it would be smart to send them to me.
I
You know,
will
welcome
get
me
it to
send
you
them to
tomorrow.
the league if you wish. However you want to do it.
so you can see on the website, I was wrong earlier. I was looking at something else, but the Senators are indeed favored. The odds here, I think, let me get it right this time, 59% for the Senators. Real quick, without thinking about it long, Terry, Kramer, where's your confidence level on a 1 to 10 scale?
6. About where the odds
Yes.
are. I think I should be favored, but at a 55-45, 60-40. I don't feel overly confident at all. But hey, we've been building all year for this moment. We're ready. We're prepared. Senators have done very well, luckily, injury-wise, all year.
Yep.
The Clyde Edwards-Helaire injury was really our first one of the year to a starter. And in fact, other injuries have helped this end, such as Nick Chubb going out for 8 weeks. That made Kareem Hunt a stud for first 2/3 of the fantasy season. Michael Thomas being hurt helped Kamara. Kyler was consistent. He was injured with the shoulder, and his productivity dipped.
Yep.
Come week 10 or 11 or so, but he seems to be healthy. So luckily, we've been healthy this year, and we've got a deep squad. I got to make the right decisions here with the last receiver spot. I think my running backs are set. I've got a good kicker. That's another one on Saturday. My kicker is Saturday as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Would love to get one. It's been a while.
What are the plans? You got the whole family rallied around to watch it all, or are you sending them away so that you can have your private?
No, they'll be here. I want to introduce my co-owner here, Nate Kramer.
Hello.
Hey, Nate.
Hey, Nate.
Good evening.
Nate's been very helpful. Nate's been on Madden, forever, and he knows the players inside and out. He knows the linemen. He knows the other team's D line. So he's been helpful putting together lineups,
Good
putting
job,
together trade
Nate.
offers.
Who does he like?
On the wide receiver, you got to ring in on this wide receiver discussion.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is,
I think
What's your
it should
call
be
receivers?
Kiki because he's playing the Lions.
who?
Playing
He
the
says
Lions.
Kiki.
QT.
He's playing the Bengals. He's playing the Bengals.
Bengals.
No.
Big thing. Just a crap.
Oh,
Details.
just details.
We've
All right, you
got,
guys have some work to do.
we got Antonio Brown playing.
Antonio Brown's playing the Lions.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
Nate, you got to do some research on those 4 receivers.
Sorry.
So maybe
Hollywood
sometime
Browning
soon,
is-
maybe next year, there could be a kids TFFL league.
Nice.
Andrew
Get
won.
sons and daughters involved.
Absolutely.
So Jack is in one. There's 4 kids in it, and every time he tells me the lineup, I'm like, "Wait, you got Kamara, Derrick Henry? Who else you got in there?" Every team is an all-star team. It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
All right. Hey, I know there's a poker game for some folks to get to. Let's wrap up here. I've got a trivia answer for you. what was a fairly easy question.
Wait, you were expected to get the year as well. Just the name, right?
That's not
I did
fair.
not ask for the year. I just wanted to know who did the Mongols lose to in their
If the K, that's unfair to the K-Wheels. Come on. He knew he was in that game. 0 points for that.
the K-Wheels in 1997.
I
25.
didn't know what year,
That's
but
why
I knew
I
it was
take
zero.
Terry's points. I got Terry's points.
Sure.
Yeah, Terry gets his own points. You should get.
I got Terry's points. He gifted them to me.
Oh, he's gifting them to you.
That's right.
So who got it right? Me.
It's Hanukkah.
I got it
I
right.
got
I got it right.
Okay, so Berto got it right. Borkman is getting Terry's gifted points. TR gets a 0 then, and Kramer gets a 0.
Chief can get my wrong answer.
So it has been 23 years since the Mongols have even been back in the Pac Bowl.
Hey, both of you are deserving, as Hank said before. We wish you both well, for sure. It's great that both teams are well deserving being in there. So good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys. Great trades. Awesome. Great job.
And again, I think that not only do we have Christmas coming up, but this is going to be an exciting Pac Bowl to watch. We've got action 4 straight days, starting on Christmas Day, culminating in significant action on Monday night. This will be fun to watch. Good luck to both of you guys. I presume we'll be back here next week.
Thank you.
Come back and wish everybody a happy new year and look back at the Pac Bowl, lay out our timeline for the off season. We'll all be watching and we'll be back here to talk about it after the holidays, after the Pac Bowl. In the meantime, good luck and take care. Merry Christmas,
Good luck,
everybody.
Terry.
All right. Good luck, Kevin.
Good luck.
See you, everyone.
Bye, guys.